Hey, just wanted to make a quick video today with this 2009 Honda Pilot. I've got another video out there that shows you how to change some stuff on it, but this one has got about 150,000 miles on it, and it would shudder as you would accelerate off of a stop sign or a stoplight, and it would also make kind of a grinding noise right underneath the center console. I kind of isolated the sound to that right there on the center console. It didn't vibrate too bad, but it was definitely making a grinding sound. It was very irritating, and it didn't really matter how fast you were going, it would make that noise. And I decided that it's probably, so I figured it was the carrier bearing on the driveline. So this is the driveline that takes power to the rear axles. And this right inside here, there's a bearing that makes a lot of noise if it goes bad, I'm sure. So that's what I figured it was. And I looked at YouTube. I looked all over the internet to see if I could buy just a replacement bearing and this housing. And I couldn't find anything really for this particular vehicle. And so I went down to the dealership and checked out the part. I believe the part was about $1,800 through the Honda dealership. And then if I have them replace it, and there's labor on top of that, I didn't want to spend that much money. So I got on Amazon and I found this part. This is the box that it came in, and it came today. It's a Dorman is the brand, and I don't know if that's the original equipment, but I've got it in now. And I also took it for a test drive. I'll tell you the results here in a second. But these are the tools I used. Here's a little cheater bar, little 18-incher or whatever. I've got a socket wrench, a couple extensions, some anti-seize, and then I have two 14mm sockets. One is 12-sided and one is 6-sided, and then a 6-sided 12mm socket. These ones right here, the bolts that go through here to attach it to the front, the two bolts for the carrier bearing, and the four in the rear, they all take the 14mm. I didn't have to rock the car back and forth to get access to the bolts, so it's actually really nice, and I'll show you where those are. Also, you might ask, why has he got a little mini sledgehammer? Sometimes I like to give these a little tap if I can't get my arm in there. It helps loosen or crack loose the bolts. Here we go. So this is the front of the vehicle. I'll start here, work my way back. So here are the four bolts you need to get out. These are 14mm. There's 1, 2, 3, and then one up here. And you can get a wrench up in there just fine, or I was able to with no problem. As I work my way back, you see there's this kind of hoop here. It looks like a safety catch. It's got two 12mm bolts. This was the last thing I took off, because as I took off the front, the carrier bearing, and the rear, this thing wanted to fall down, and this caught it. So I could hold it up while I took these two bolts out. Here's where the carrier bearing is. There's a bolt here, 14mm, and a bolt here. This is the one that gave me all the trouble. I don't know if you can see, there's some dark holes right here, and I think moisture can get up inside there, and got on the threads and kind of rusted it a little bit. So I had to put some penetrating lubricant up in there, some oil, to get that one out, but it eventually came out. It wasn't too bad because you can get some leverage on it. So, and then all the way back to the rear, there's four more, as you can see there, that attach. Very simple project. It didn't take me very long. I want to say maybe an hour to get it all out and get it going. And then I took it for a spin, and I'm super excited because that grinding, howling noise that came from that bearing is now gone. The car rides smooth, it accelerates smooth, and it is nice and quiet. I hope this video helps people out there. This thing's got about 150,000 miles. I don't know if I mentioned that, but with 150,000 miles, things like this start to wear out and go bad. And I hate for people to go out there and spend thousands of dollars to try to fix it when you can do it yourself and save a whole lot of money. So I hope this helps anybody out there, and have a great day. Thanks.